Guys, it's Lucy. It's editing Lucy, actually. I realized I forgot to film an intro to this video. So these are all the books that I read in January. I hope you enjoy the video. So far in January, I have read The House of My Mother by Sherry Frankie, Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams, and Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. Now I am reading my fourth book, which is The Diviners by Libba Bray. Once I finish The Diviners, I'm about halfway through Circe. I need to finish that, Circe by Madeline Miller, and then I'm going to pick up To Kill a Mockingbird. Again, this is the only book I have ever reread in my life. Like, I've never reread a book except for To Kill a Mockingbird, so I'm gonna pick it up again. I'm getting the itch. But I need to finish The Diviners. I'm halfway through, and I'm struggling a little bit. Like, it's interesting, but it's got some really slow parts, so we're gonna try to get through as much of it as possible tonight.
I started dating again. I know.
In Los Angeles, you would think as a coach and as a racer that I would know how to get.
Alright, you guys, so I did not blend my blush on my nose. Oh my goodness. Oh, what? Oh, a binky, you're right. So I have been reading The Diviners by Libba Bray, and it's scary, okay? I'm sure if anyone else has read it, they're probably like, girl, calm down, it's not that bad. But, like, there are some graphic things in there, and my dad recommended it to me. He's like, Lucy, I think you would really like this. But it's a really interesting book, so I can't stop reading it. It's just scary, and so I keep being like, I can read it at night, because most of my reading happens at night when I'm, like, trying to get my kids to bed, and I'm just laying there with them. I keep getting scared and having to read, like, a romance. Because that's why it's taking me so long to finish the book. Like, it's really good, and it's really interesting, but it keeps scaring me at night, so I have to download something on my Kindle that's, like, happy and lighthearted so I don't get scared. But I have about 100 pages left. I'm almost there. I'm almost done. I can see the finish line. And in the other clip, I said that I wanted to start reading To Kill a Mockingbird. I still need to finish Circe. And I said that I wanted to start reading To Kill a Mockingbird. But I think I'm going to have to put off on To Kill a Mockingbird because 2 books at the same time that I've been waiting for that weren't supposed to be available to me for another, like, month on Libby became available yesterday. And so I think I have to read those before my loan is up. So I started Funny Story by Emily Henry. That one came in the other day, and then yesterday I got a notification that Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez is ready, and so I am going to read both of those. So hopefully by the end of January I will be able to finish The Diviners, finish Circe, finish Funny Story and Just for the Summer. And then maybe we'll have time for To Kill a Mockingbird. I don't know. We'll see. I'm a slow reader, so probably not. But that is what is happening right now. And then I'm going to film a little reading wrap-up. Where's my eyebrow pencil? I don't have eyebrows, can you tell? I need to dye my eyebrows. I want to tint them. I've never done it before, so if you've done it, please let me know how it went, because I'm scared. I'm scared I'm gonna mess them up. So I finished The Diviners last night, and it was really, really good. It was a very suspenseful book. I kept describing it to my dad as horror. He was like, it's not horror, it's suspense. The thing that I noticed was the main character kept annoying me, but then I realized that that's because the writing was so good. She was a 17-year-old girl who was very outgoing and always kind of breaking rules, and I realized that the writing was portraying that really well. After I finished The Diviners, I moved on to Funny Story by Emily Henry, and I will say that Emily Henry is so good at writing men. Like, there were multiple times I was like giggling and like kicking my feet and just having a moment. Still gotta finish Cersei. And then I also have Just for the Summer. I just got that from the library as well. And then City of Fallen Angels, which I've read most of. I just didn't finish it last time before my loan was up on Libby. So I need to finish that. I have a bunch of books that are like halfway done that I need to just finish. And then I also still really want to read To Kill a Mockingbird, but so far we've had 4 successful books read in January. 4.5 if you count Cersei. I haven't finished that one though, so we'll see. I'm gonna go drink some coffee because I'm really tired. Alright, so I just wanted to give a quick little overview of my thoughts on the books that I've read so far in January. I will go more in depth in my actual monthly like reading wrap up, but I wanted to end the vlog here and just talk about how I'm feeling about the books that I have read so far. So the first one, The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams. I thought this book was so well crafted. The book had a lot of full circle moments, and then it also was very character driven. It was very emotional at times, and it was about an event that occurred in history, and I really, really enjoyed reading about it. The main theme was around words. It felt very intricate and intentional with the words that it was using. Then we move on to The House of My Mother. Yeah. Then we move on to The House of My Mother by Sherry Frankie. I'm not going to rate this for obvious reasons, but this one was very interesting to read. I grew up kind of casually watching family vloggers. I was never like super into it, but I knew of the 8 Passengers family and the whole situation that occurred, and I thought that her using her voice and speaking out and telling her story, but also being mindful of her siblings and her family, and giving them the freedom to tell their own stories when they were able to and wanted to. Next is Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. I actually downloaded this book because I was reading The Diviners by Libba Bray at night, and I kept getting scared, and I needed something happy because I was alone at this point. My husband was off doing some military things, and so I was alone with my babies reading this scary book at night in the dark alone, and I did not like that. So I downloaded Hello Stranger by Catherine Center, and I enjoyed parts of this book, and I really did not enjoy some other parts of this book. So I really enjoyed the writing of Catherine Center. I loved her comedic timing. She wrote really good banter. She wrote really realistic dialogue. It was just a fun little book. That being said, there are so many plot holes. There's so many plot holes that they just made me angry. They frustrated me. And the story itself, like, I know it wasn't supposed to be taken overly seriously, but it just felt so unrealistic, and everything was too convenient. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It just, you know. So I'm going to give Catherine Center another try. I want to read The Bodyguard and I want to read the rom-comers. Those are both. I am holding them on Libby right now. So I'm going to keep trying with Catherine Center. It's just, I don't think this book specifically was for me. And then The Diviners by Libba Bray, which I finished, I think, either last night or the night before. I think 2 days ago. I finished it. It was very suspenseful. The writing was so fun. It was set in the 1920s, and they actually spoke like they were in the 1920s. So if you are someone who gets bothered by the language and the dialogue not matching the time period or the genre of book, this book might satisfy you. It was very suspenseful. There were some graphic moments, so if you have like a queasy stomach, maybe prepare yourself. The author did a really good job of setting up the story for future novels. It was really obvious that this was meant to be a series from the start, which I love a story that is very clearly plotted out from beginning to end. It really bothers me when books are very obviously not meant to continue, but they kind of force it into continuing. I'm not a fan of that. And so it was really obvious that Libba Bray knew that this was going to be a series from the start. That being said, it kind of made the ending feel a little bit unsatisfying to me because so much was left open. There were some really slow parts, and then there were some really fast-paced parts, and then slow parts, and then fast-paced parts. I remember the fast-paced parts. That's hard to say. Fast-paced parts of the book, and then I kind of have already forgotten the slower parts. So there were some forgettable moments, but overall, I think it was a fun read. I enjoyed it. And then now I am reading Funny Story. I'm about halfway through, and I absolutely love the way Emily Henry writes men, okay? She's so good at writing a man that gets you, like, giggling and kicking your feet, okay? I didn't really like People We Meet on Vacation. I loved 5-starred Happy Place. And now I'm loving Funny Story. I actually saw some reviews. I've seen a lot of reviews, actually, about people being like, Funny Story was fine. I am loving it so far, and I'm really hoping that it's up there with Happy Place for me. I love the main character. That's another thing that I forgot to say about Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. Oh my goodness, the main character was so whiny. Oh, it made me so mad. I was like, girl, be quiet. Like, you're annoying me so bad. But I'm loving the characters in Funny Story. Oh my god, it's like all of them. They're just so good. Okay, I need to go to bed, but I want to end the vlog there. So if you would like to see more reading content, I'm mostly doing reading content, and then I'm also training for Spartan right now, and so I've been vlogging that. So if you want to see more of that, please follow along. I am happy to have you here. Bye!